Welcome back. I'm doing one of the cover song series because I can't even believe that I have not done this song yet. So, I was traveling around unusually, and it's at a gas station, and I heard the original version of the song I'm going to talk about. So, it's talking about "For the Love of Money" by the OJ's. Now you're like, why are you leading off with the original version? Because the original version is part of this phenomenon where the truth is there are things done in the studio in the 70s that you can't duplicate today. Not with auto-tune, not with advances in studio equipment, none of it. You can try it now, but it won't ever be duplicated. And the first example of this phenomenon, I guess we're going to call it, is the iconic bass line at the beginning for Love Money. It's, to be honest with you, it's probably, it's at least top 10 most recognizable bass lines in the history of popular music. Anytime you play that, because the great thing about it is it opens the song. So we'll talk about that for a second. So when this song was originally done, it's on the Ship Ahoy album of the OJ's back in '73. Anthony Jackson plays bass on this track. And the interesting thing about, let's talk about the bass line for a second, for deep music heads to check out this channel. So, it was Joe Tarshier's idea, who's the engineer at Sigma, which is where they recorded this song, Sigma Sound in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He'd installed, and this is all coming from Song Facts, by the way, give them credit. He installed an Eventide phaser in the control room, and when Jackson started playing the bass, Tarsier tried recording the bass with a wah-wah pedal through the Eventide phaser, which gives you the effect that happens on that bass line. Tarja also is well known for doing echoes to background vocals. He's credited with doing the reverse echo where the echo precedes the vocal, which is something that happens in this song, but something that Jimmy Page does on like Whole Lotta Love, for example. I don't know that anybody is trying to do innovative things like that in modern music, other than just, not having anybody sound like they can't sing with auto-tune. A couple of interesting facts about the song. Kenneth Gamble and Leon Huff co-wrote the song. And people think that song is about the accumulation of money, which actually more about the warnings of the sordid side of money. The song talks about stuff people will do when it comes to money, like they'll lie, they'll steal from their mother, they'll cheat. And it was written at a time when the OJs were on top. They were making a lot of money, but they were having to reconcile it with their spiritual beliefs. And actually, Mr. Gamble had recently converted to Islam. So for him, gaining that kind of success, but not really understanding what to do with it or not letting it affect his life overall, was something that he was really cognizant about when writing the song. And they often put a lot of messages from their songs that happened out of everyday conversations they have. Like the part of the song that says "Don't let money change you" is out of those conversations. The chorus of this song also is probably less musically but more pop culturally concerned. The chorus has been in everything. It's been on Scandal, it's been on CSI, it's actually in Moonlighting. It's been on a ton of movies like The Honeymooners, All About the Benjamins, Sister Act, New Jack City, Strictly Business, Action Jackson. There's also a 2012 film called For the Love of Money that also uses the song. It was also the theme for The Apprentice. Well, like everybody wasn't watching The Apprentice. And so the song, when you listen to the original version, it has a lot of steam in the beginning of it. Like the bass line kicks and the song plays on, and in the end it kind of trails off. And the bass line, which is really the hook of the song, is it ties the whole song together and it just works. So fast forward a couple of decades, and we get to a little known, though honestly I think they're a really underappreciated hair metal band called the Bulletboys. Their other hit, other than For the Love of Money, is a song called Smooth Up In You, which is actually a really good song. Mark Toriel, who's the lead singer of that song, of that band, really makes that song. His vocal carries the whole song. He kind of rearranged the lyrics a little bit, which makes sense. Because he's really playing to his vocal strengths. And that's one of the things that makes this song, to me, it's in the category for me of all-time cover, and I'm going to tell you why. So they didn't go out of their way to try to note for note redo the original. They took a song that's an iconic song, and they arrange it in a way that fits A, what they do, B, shows off the talents of that band, but also goes back and pays homage to the original. The bass player in that band does a great job of doing this low-key bass line tribute to the song, to the original in their setup of that song. It's high energy. That song, that song just rocks out. Now, what's crazy about that song is, I've often wondered this, because when it got released, it should have been a bigger crossover hit for that band. Like, the vocal on it by itself should have been like something that got people more interested in that band and should have made them a bigger hit. I think the problem was they came along kind of at near the tail end of the real hair metal thing. Because 87, 88, 89 is kind of the wind down of that group, of that scene. And they got formed in 86 and they kind of ran through the end. A lot of interesting people in that band. Jason Hook from Five Finger Death Punch as a former member. Steven Adler, of course, from G&R and his own band. DJ Ashba from 6 a.m. and Beautiful Creatures and G&R. Gotta have a talk back about who's he letting in that band. But they had a bunch of albums. They had albums up until 2018. From Out of the Skies is wow. Man, check some of this out. 10 Cent Billionaires in 2009. This is Wikipedia, by the way. But they disbanded. I think their last original lineup show was in December 2019. So they're a good band from Los Angeles, California. I think they're still out on tour. No, they did. Yeah, the last thing was in 2019. They may come out with a new record though. Who knows? Given the state of music today. But I felt like this is something that I want to do a quick cover song video on, because it should have been a bigger crossover deal. But I really like this cover because it's cross genre. It does what you want it to do, which is not just be a carbon copy of the original while paying homage to the original, and it just sounds good. A lot of covers don't hit those 3 check marks. This one does. So that's it for this edition here of the cover song series. Like, share, subscribe to this video. If you got any other songs that I should do for this series, I got a bunch of series going on this channel. So there's stuff going on. I wanted to get this one out here because I had other series to get back to. But we can catch you on the flip side. Peace and Afro Grease.